Hey Divas, welcome or welcome back. It's your girl Keisha here with another video. And today, girl, we're gonna set up our paycheck we're gonna set up the first week of March, the paycheck. Girl, I can't even talk. What are we doing today? Today we are setting up our first paycheck for the month of March. So if you like sinking funds, savings, challenges, cash stuff, and every and all things that have to do with your money, then stay right here. All right, girls. So we already went ahead and we set up our monthly spread, and we did our monthly budget and our goals and all the things. And now it's time to actually go ahead and put this baby to work. Just gonna fill this top part in. It's actually easier for me just to do it out the binder. Okay, because I get paid just once a month pretty much, it's important for me to manage my income throughout the month. So I do that every week. Even though I don't actually receive new income every week all the time, I like to manage my money throughout the month. So I can set my pay period for whatever time I want because, again, I get paid in the beginning of the month. So for this, I'm going to do, this first paycheck will be from the 1st through the 6th. And the reason I just chose that because I have so many bills that come out the 1st, the 2nd, and the 5th, and the 6th. Like if I go all the way to the 8th, I mean, it'll just be too many bills. I won't even have enough space to write, girl. So we are gonna do the 1st through the 6th, and then we'll start the next pay cycle from the 7th through the whatever I decide next week. But for this first week, we're gonna do the 1st through the 6th. And that's pretty much consistent in how I've been doing in previous months anyway. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get that in. Next, I'm gonna write down all my projected income for this, for between the 1st and the 6th. Girl, I can't talk today. Okay, so for the first week of March, the 1st through the 6th, my projected income is $14,373. So now we're gonna move down here to the bills. I'm gonna go ahead and write down all the bills that I have to pay during that, during this time. Okay, so these are all the bills that I anticipate coming out the first week of March. Just wanna make sure. Okay, I went back and checked. I'm so glad I have like my bill tracker. So let me go ahead and add this up and see how much your girl has to spend this first week. Okay, so for the first week of March, all my bills due this week is gonna come to $5,802. When I subtract that from my income for this week, I have $8,571 left. Let's go ahead and keep moving. Okay, so I'm gonna contribute $50 to my Roth this week. So that takes me down to $8,521. Let's move over here to my variable expenses. So this is the money that I carry in my wallet for the most part, or things that I can decide how much I want to spend. And if you haven't seen it, I kind of went over with that in my monthly budget. And I'm actually going to reference that. Oh, girls, on the back of this. I'll be able to reference that as I'm going through my budget here. So I'm going to go in, fill this stuff out, and I'll be back to walk you through. All right, this is gonna be a doozy, so I need you to just follow along with me as I explain. So for my variable expenses, again, this is the categories I can dictate how much I want to spend. Like my bills, this is what the creditor or my service provider tells me I have to pay. Over here is what I can decide how much I want to pay or not. So my allowance this week is $230. Last month, or even beginning of the year, I told you guys that my husband and I, we both give ourselves $30 a week. but I'm just gonna give him his entire month at one time instead of nickel and diming him. For me though, I'll still take my $30 a week because I'm good to go that way. Groceries this month, I'm only gonna take out $450. I explained in the month ahead that I have my granny here with me and she has her special card, so we will be using her special card this month. So I'm only gonna take out $450. And this is for the entire month. What I started doing late last year was just taking out the entire month of groceries. Eating out is $60. I'm a little high this week because I have to go pick up my grandmother, kind of back and forth. So I may not want to cook on a few days. I'm just giving myself a little extra fluff here for that. Household, I told you guys in my monthly budget that I'm going to be doing some work around my house, just kind of cleaning and organizing, getting ahead of the spring cleaning. Next month, I'm sure you guys are going to see a lot of content on people's spring cleaning and stuff like that. But for me, I want to start early, and because I know sometimes spring cleaning, you want to buy some bins or you want to organize, that requires money. I would rather do it little by little versus spending an entire amount of money reorganizing the space at once. So $700 is what I'll use this month. And for this, I'm not going to take all cash because I'm going to be ordering stuff from Amazon, ordering stuff from wherever. So I'm not going to have all of this cash, and you'll see that when I do the cash breakdown. Gas, $80 this week is a little high because I need to go pick up my grandmother. So, that's going to be obviously a longer commute than I typically would have. My kids, this is $430. This is what I budgeted for them for the entire month. Back here to my monthly budget. So I'm just gonna budget for it here. And also with the groceries, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just carry it over from week to week. So let's say for the first week of March, I spend $200. Then next week, my grocery budget will be $250. So I'm just gonna carry it through the entire month. Same thing with my kids. I don't believe I'm gonna spend $430 this month. So I'm just gonna budget for it all at one time and just carry the balance throughout the remainder of the month. That just makes it easier for me instead of me saying, okay, I'm gonna spend $100 this week, $100 that week. I just never know with these kids and what I have to get when I have to get it. Miscellaneous, $10 this week. Fun, I tell you I'm going out. I did on my monthly spread that I'm going out the weekend after this, but I think I have to buy my ticket. So this is also my budget for the month. So this is something that I'll probably also just carry through for the remainder of the month. Beauty, I need to get my nails done, my eyebrows. Well, my nails, girl, I do my own press on. They need to be redone. I even lost one. She fought a good fight. So I do need to order a new set, but I need to do my eyebrows, stuff like that. I do need to get a pedicure. So $150. Again, this is my beauty budget for the month, so I'm going to probably carry that through. Travel, I mentioned in my monthly budget that I'm going to go ahead and make a deposit on our spring break trip. We're going to be heading to Tennessee for a few days. And when I book my room, I have to make a deposit. Shout out to the subscriber who said that she likes the wilderness. Thank you for sharing that. That just confirmed that we're probably going to do that. And shopping, again, this is the budget that I set for me and my husband if we see any things on sale and we want to pick up. So again, this is a lot. It's $3,335, but you can see my big ticket items and a lot of these categories are going to carry me through the month. Remember, I get paid once a month. So if I broke this down weekly, it would still end up being the same thing. So I just rather just have it here and just manage these amounts throughout the month, okay? So now let's come down to the sinking funds and savings challenges. Okay, so next for my sinking funds and savings challenges, I'm gonna say $150 my month ahead, $200 on my savings challenges, $140 on my sinking funds, $140 on my kids binder, and $120 my holiday binder. That takes me to $750. And I just want to go back to my monthly budget. Remember, I said I was going to save between my sinking funds and savings challenges. I was going to save $800, and it's $750 because I have this $50 for my Roth IRA. So that equals the $800. So that's what I'm budgeting. If I can find some savings up in here, I will put more to that, but this is what I'm budgeting. And again, I may not do a cash stuffing for these until the second or third week of the month. But again, because majority of my paycheck happens at the beginning of the month, it's just easier for me to budget it right away and get that out the way. So with that, that leaves me with $4,436. So we're gonna go ahead and bring this down. So one of the things I said I wanted to do this month was put an additional $500 towards my debt, and that's gonna be requiring me to put an extra $125. And this was one of my goals last month, girl, and it just didn't happen. I don't have any excuses. It just didn't work out. It just didn't happen for me. So I'm gonna put $125 towards my GA tax this week. So that leaves me with okay, so I'm gonna pay an extra debt payment $125, and then I'm going to roll over the rest. So after I minus the 125 from the 4,436, that'll leave me $4,311. So I'm gonna be rolling that over into my next week. So the week of the 7th, I should have this or more than that. I'm gonna probably have more than that because remember, this portion is for the entire month. So I will have more than that to roll over into the following week. So when I add that all together, it's the same amount of that, leaving me with a zero-based budget, and that's how I get to a zero-based budget. So even though I have $4,311 that I'm not using this week, I gave it an assignment, which is to stay put and just roll over to next week. So after everything is paid, I should have a little bit more than $4,000. So you see, I started off the week with $14,373, and I'm ending with $4,031. So I spent about 2/3 of my income right at the top of the month. That's why it's important for me to make sure that I manage my income throughout the month. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop this back in here. So the final step of me setting up my paycheck budget is to decide how much cash I'm gonna get out and the denomination. So I'm gonna go ahead and just work right here with my variable expenses first. Okay, so for right now, I'm only gonna do the cash breakdown for my cash envelopes. I'm not gonna worry about my sinking funds and savings challenges right now because I don't know when I'm gonna actually stuff those, but this is what I have going on. So for my allowance, $180. I know it says $230, but we just transferred $50 to my bonus son, so I don't need to take the cash out for that. So $180, and this is high again because I'm gonna give my husband his entire $120. I'm gonna give him a 50, you know what I'm saying, trying to give him some big bills so he can make that last for the rest of the month. Groceries, I always like to get, because I get for the entire month, I like to have larger bills because it's something about larger bills, girl. When you have larger bills in your wallet, like you really try to hold on to it. So if I have a 20 or a 10, it's very easy for me to spend those, but $100, I may want to second guess and think about my cart. So I like to have large bills, so I'm gonna do the 400s, and the 50, I'll do 20s and a 10. The dining out, I usually get 20s. Household, again, household, I'm doing $700 for the entire month, but I'm gonna be ordering a lot of things online, so I don't need to have that much cash in my hand. But I will take like $45 in case I need to get like paper towels or those little things around the way. I do know I need to go to Dollar Tree to pick up like some sandwich bags, stuff like that. Gas, $80. I tell you, I have a lot of driving to do this week. Miscellaneous, $10. When I have miscellaneous, I try to keep small denominations. Just makes it a little easier in case, like I said, if I have to go to the Dollar Tree or things like that. Fun, I am going out, and if there's a cash bar, I like to have different denominations with that. Again, I did budget $125, but I'm gonna be buying a ticket online, so I don't need all of that money for cash. And beauty, when I go to the nail salon, it's just easier for me to have cash. Matter of fact, I might even do it like this so that I can have denominations to tip the nail tech. I usually do this part offline, but since I have you here, this is my teleslip that comes when you order some of my budget items. So you can see that I still have the last time I used it. I just need to wipe it off. I was looking for a napkin. Let me go ahead and grab it, wipe this off, and we'll get it all ready to go. Okay, now we're ready to go ahead and fill this bad boy in. So I would typically come down here and do the total down here, but I do need to come back and fill in, like I said, my sinking funds and stuff. So I'm not gonna total that in at the bottom, but we can do it right here. So I know I need 4. Okay, now let's total this up, see what we need to get from the bank today. $946 cash. All right, and this is super simple. I'll just give this to the teller and she'll give me the denominations just as I need it. And then that makes life so much easier for me when it's time to do the cash stuffing into my cash wallet. All right. Well, all right, Diva, that is it for today's video. We set up the paycheck number 1 for the first week in March 2024. We got all the things. We even went ahead and set up our teleslip, which I'm super glad that part is done. Very easy for me to go out, get what I need to get. And we will, the next video, quick, probably be like a short. I'm just going to do a cash stuffing into my binder and get this week rocking and rolling. So if you stay to the end and if you haven't done so, be sure to subscribe. I would love to have you. It's free for you, but means so much to me. And leave your girl a comment. Let me know how the first week of March is looking for you. I know this is coming out a few days late, but nonetheless, it's still early enough for you to budget if you haven't done so already. And it's still time for you to, you know, get on track if you have fallen off, girl. Okay, it's okay. You can clearly see I'm very transparent. I'll let you know not only when I'm off track, when I'm not even near the track, girl. When I'm around the corner, down the block, I don't even see the track in sight. But I always get back up, restart, because my goals are much bigger than where I'm currently sitting. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.